Okay, right. So, thanks for joining today. So, what I wanted to talk about today is basically how we can copy data from Azure SQL database to Snowflake. So, the problem we have in our environment is we have multiple small applications like which on running on Azure SQL databases. So we have around 5 to 6 Azure SQL databases. So they are different databases, but for reporting, all the data needs to go to Snowflake. That's our warehouse. So that's the solution problem we're trying to solve. So move the data from which is being added to the Azure SQL to the data warehouse. That's on Snowflake. So what we did was tested how we could use CDC, which is inbuilt SQL Server feature to copy data to Snowflake. So I'll just quickly show you how CDC works if someone doesn't know. So CDC is on SQL Server. What it does is we have the transaction log, which is basically reading any updates or inserts happening on your table. It sends to a SQL agent, which is again built in SQL Server and writes to a change data capture tables. And from where we can run any T-SQL queries to get the data. So any updates happening, any inserts happening will be returned to these CDC tables. And from where there any application, it could be ADF in our case, or it could be like Fivetran is another company which uses similar technology. So anyone can just read from those. So that's what it is. So I'll go on to my environment. Right. So first, let me just move this in. Yes, Snowflake. So, right. So this is change data capture I talked about. Right. So this is my SQL Server. SQL Server. Yes. So this is my SQL Server. So what I have is to enable CDC on the database level, you have to run this command. So I ran that earlier. So if I and then to enable for any table. So I have this project status table, which I will just create again. The table. So this just has one ID column and just a description. So I'll just create that. Right, that's done. And then when I to enable CDC, you just need to this is first you need to enable it at the database level, and then you need to enable at the table level. And in Azure, there is a limitation. So there is CDC for Azure. This is what uh, the basically the limitation is what kind of tier your SQL Server should be, the database. Based on that, you can just only enable CDC on those, not on all SQL versions. So you'll have to be careful about that. And so let me go back. Right. So I've already enabled on the database levels. I'll just run this. Right. So now if you go into tables and see, so it will create these CDC tables, which is basically to track the changes. This was not there earlier. So this is what it uses. SQL Server will use to track the changes on the main table. So what I'll do is now let's insert 2 records in this one. So, copy that one. Let me insert here. So I'll just insert this. Sorry, this close. I did close that. Right. And let me insert another record. So I'll do that. Right. So this is the table that I have here in SQL Azure database. So this similar table I'll create on on the Snowflake side. So this is this I've connected to Snowflake. So I will create another table here. This is a similar table with same just same structure with the primary key. So if you're doing using CDC, you will need primary keys on both sides. So I'll just do that. Right. So that table is created. So if you select from that table now, there's nothing in that. Right. So now we'll go to the main part, which is the ADF setup. So I'll just go jump to ADF. Okay, so I mean, this is my ADF. So first, as we have one source and one destination, so I'll create the lake services and then the data data sets. And so I'll go to the link services. We create a new success. This is just, I'll say, so sorry, just not using any, just selecting it from description. That's the server and my database is ADF table. And so, and I'll just the connection. Okay, that's one. So that's done. Let's create that link service. Right, that's one link service done. So we'll create one to Snowflake now. So we'll just say Snowflake. Just make all of that. Okay, and the account name is what you'll get from here. I'll just show you. You can get your account name. You go to Snowflake, and if you go to manage, and this is the accounts. So this will give you the account. That's your account name that you can copy, and you can copy the URL, and only this part, the first part, you'll need before the dot. So that's what I have already copied. So I'll just copy it here. That's what I have. Right. So I will copy it here in ADF. That's the account name, and the database name in again Azure. And this is my where I was created the tables. If I go to the worksheet, so this is the one. So this is the ADF raw test. You can see that ADF test, that is the database, and raw is the schema. So I'll just put that there. So it's all ADF test. And the warehouse is the compute. That's the concept in again Snowflake. So I'll just copy that. That's mine. Is this one compute? That's delete copy. It's authentication. I'm doing using basic. You could use the keywords, but I'm just using basic. I have not tried keywords. I'll try that later. So the username is username. Yeah. And the account admin is the role that I'm going to use. That's the role with maximum permissions. You could create more roles in Snowflake and add it add use a different account role to access data. So I'm just doing everything with host permission for testing. I'll just test the connection there. Okay, let me check what's the. Oh, it's the password is wrong. Where's this one? Oh, yeah, specs. Just better. That's fine. Second, fine. Something else. Nothing there. That is me. Security. Can I change the password? Yes.
This user and password are Snowflake user.
Yeah,
You
in the
Snowflake account. Okay.
yeah. It's a Snowflake account, so that's what I have to give here. Uh, let me check. I don't know. I'm checking my company account. I did yesterday. Let me just log in. Check it. I'll be able to copy the things. Okay, so we looked at what CDC was and everything in the morning. So I'll create my data link services again to the Azure SQL database and also to the Snowflake. So I'll do that. So I'm just going to manage and link services. Yeah. Okay, so Snowflake. Yeah, this one is there. So Snowflake I could create in the morning with the correct password. So this is working. So I'll just test the connection. Uh, right. So yeah, so this one is working. So I got that working. I got the password correct. So that's link service is working. Uh, so let me just okay, just cancel that one. And I also created the link service to the database, SQL database. I just let me cross check. No, not that one. Yeah, so 1 second. Not that one. I don't want to use that one. This is bad. Okay. Um, Let me check the database 1 second. Yeah, this is the ADF demo, the database. So that's the one we have. So I'll just do this. So the link service are created. So I'll just create the data sets and then we'll go into the main part. So next is
I go into create new data set. So we'll just say SQL Azure database. Okay, and this is data set projects. Okay, so I'll just map that. Okay, that is the okay. So we had that TB project status table. So I'll just select that. Yeah, that's the table. And we'll get the schema from the connection store itself. So let me click OK. That's it. Okay. And let me just minimize this. And we'll just preview the data. So there were two rows that I added in the morning. So these are the two rows I had added in that table. So let me just cancel out of here. Yeah. I don't know what's stuck. Okay, sorry. Okay, that's the data set for the Azure connection. So then I'll create the data set for the
Snowflake.
Snowflake. Yeah. So I'll just create that Snowflake, right? And let's continue. Right. So let's just call it DS Snowflake. Nothing that's right. And that's only one there. And the table, it's just loading. So one second. Okay, just takes a little more time. So right. Okay, it just got so it was raw in the raw schema. So that was project status table. So I'll select that, and that's it. Need to do here. Click on OK. That isn't working. Okay. Yeah, okay, that's created. So I'll just minimize this. Okay, so if you preview data, there's nothing in there, so you can just do anyway. Should not come up with anything. Okay, so there's nothing in that table. So I'll just close that. And now what we need to do is we need to go create a data flow. So what you do is just go in here and create a new data flow. So just say DF Snowflake, right? Snowflake load. So that's it. Um, rest all is very simple. So basically we add a source. So use the add source transformation. This is where the main thing is. So we'll say project source, right? So the data set we already have. So let me select that. Okay. Right, let me move this thing out of here. Right. Yep, DS. So that's what it is. And then we need to go in the I'll leave all the other options as it is. The source options is where what you need to do is here if you're using CDC to move data, so that's what you need to give CDC. And incremental column is like third-party software you want to use. So we'll use the SQL Server CDC. And so what I'll do is you can select full on first, and then it'll keep doing the incremental load. So we'll do that. And this is to read committed or uncommitted data also from SQL Server. So if you want to change it to committed data, so isolation level you want to choose, you can choose, right? So I'll just leave it as default. And that's all you need to do here. Rest all we can leave as it is. Then you just go in here and just sync it into, that's all we are doing. We'll sync it into Snowflake. So sync Snowflake, right? So we'll again check the data set here. 1 second. That's the, let me just maximize this a little bit more. Yeah, that's it. And in this, we need to go into settings. Okay. And here you need to update method. We'll leave it. We need to do all of them. So because what we are doing is any insert, any updates, anything that happen, we want to be moved to the other to Snowflake. That's what we'll do. And this is the key column which we use for mapping. So that's how the system will know what's changed and what's updated. So I'll just use that. And table action I'll leave as it is. And then the mapping is where so remove this auto mapping, and you need to, you'll have the input column that is getting, and this is the output columns in there. So I'll just select ID here, right? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. There's null values. Okay. That's all. And yeah, let me minimize this. That's all we need to do. And I'll just publish this one so that you can save it, and then I'll show you in the pipeline how it runs. So I'll just publish all. Okay. Yeah. So next, we'll just create a pipeline because we cannot run the data flow without the pipeline, right? So I'll just create a new pipeline. Just say pipeline Snowflake load. Okay. Right. So that's all I'll do. And I'll pull this data set in here. No, not data set, sorry. The data flow, we have this Snowflake load. Oh, sorry. I'm here and copy it here. So that's all. I'll pull this and then we can debug this. So we had two rows. So we'll just debug this, run this and see how it goes. Okay. Okay. So let's start. So
Data flow debug can take 4 or 5 minutes.
yeah, it takes few minutes. Okay, I think so. Yeah, that starting that data flow debug cluster takes a few minutes. It takes. Should have started it earlier. Okay. Just can I run the debug? Okay, that's fine.
We can trigger it. So debug would require the
Yeah, okay. So
debug session.
shall I use activity? Is that one?
Oh, okay. Wait.
Yeah, yeah, let it
You think
start.
data flow needs the Spark cluster. Okay,
Okay,
until
yeah.
the cluster is running, we can't run.
We
Oh,
can't run
I
this. It
got
will
it.
not let us run anything.
I got it. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Let's to wait. Hmm.
Okay, debug.
Yeah, it's running now. So let me.
Running.
Yeah, it takes around 40 seconds. So or on my office thing, it was taking less time. Maybe. Let's see. It takes justification. Okay. Yeah, just takes first time it takes a little longer, so I'll just wait for this.
Load.
Just wait. Okay, let's see what's the error it is there. Okay. Oh, okay. I have to add my IP address and not allowed an access. Okay.
And SQL.
Yeah, okay. Let me go back to my SQL. 1 second. I didn't test that one. 1 second. Home. Where's my this? That's my ADF demo. No, yeah, that one only. So I have to go. No, not on the server level. I have to do this on the server. Server. Networking. Where is it? Monitoring. Settings. There is it. No, that's again the database, right? So I need to go to the server. Yeah, that's my SQL server. Okay. Security, networking. Yes, yeah, and IP here. Yes, okay. Yeah, add this one. And save this. Let's run it again. Save. Okay. Yep. All right, let's try it again. Okay. Let's go back. That's the one. Okay. So let's debug it again. See what it does.
Okay, still it says IP cannot connect to SQL database. Use IP client with IP address. This is not allowed. Strange.
Recording in progress.
Let's test. Okay. Okay, the results are present now. Anup, you are on mute if you are saying something.
Sorry. So yeah, so the results are here now. So what I'll do is we'll just do an update also and see if that works or not. Okay. So I'll just go in here. No, this is not the one. Here. Okay. Yeah, this is my ADF and this is my SQL. Right. So I think so. This is the database. Yeah. Okay. So I'll just do 1 second and run this again. So this is what we have right now. 2 rows are there. Okay, so we'll just insert one more row.
Insert and
Yeah, we'll do
and
insert.
update.
Yeah, insert into the project status, description, mm, values. Let's test record 3. Okay, so we'll just do that first. Things have done something wrong. Yeah, this is wrong here. Supposed to be like that. Right. Okay, and we'll just update update the project status that this description equals to updated. Let's put that test and where ID is equal to 1. Right, so we'll just do that. Okay, we'll just see. Okay, so let me move this. Yeah, so there are 3 records. So we've updated this test one and then we have inserted one more. We'll just run the pipeline once more. So, right, let's run this debug. Let's move this up. Okay, that's done. So we'll just go there and check. Okay, so we'll just check this one. Okay, so it's updated that record and added new record. So that's all. I have not tried delete. You guys want to try? Shall I give it a go and see if it deletes? Let's move. We'll just move that also. We can give it a go. Okay.
Right.
So,
Yes, correct.
sorry.
Yes, we can try the delete also. Mostly it's always insert or
And
update.
updates. Yeah.
So deletes are rare cases.
Yeah, we don't delete a lot of data from production. So yeah, so that's okay. So that's all. Yeah, it's there. You can try delete also. Let's give it a go. We are testing. We can test it. Right. Let's give it a go. No harm. Right. Okay. Let's delete. Um, let's say where ID is equal to 2. Let's run this. Okay, that's done. Let's cross check. Yeah, so we have only 2 rows now. So let's go and run this.
Pipeline.
Yeah, this pipeline I'm running. Okay, so that's done. Let's go have a look. So let's run this. Yeah, so it's only got 2 records. So that's, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so that's how it works. That CDC thing, there's only, that's all we need to do. And then enable CDC and then use that in the data flow. That's all it is. Anyone wants to try anything? Any questions? Anything? Right. Okay.
Uh, the feature looks good and useful, so we don't need to do much changes, just enable CDC
Yeah.
and select source and sync. So
That's
it
it.
automatically does the work for us.
Yeah, that's right. And we can schedule it in a like yes, what is it?
Trigger the
Trigger.
pipeline.
Yeah, trigger that also that not scheduled one, the other one, what is called tumbling window we can schedule.
Tumbling
And
window.
yeah, so every 5 minutes it can get data, whatever we want. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
this
way.
feature also of data flow is worth using.
Yeah, this is good. Yeah. Okay. Right. Thanks. Maybe I'll try and make the recording and just edit it a little bit and just share it. Okay.
Sure, sure.
Right. Okay. Thanks. Ken.
Okay. Thank you
Thank
so
you.